Alright, so hopping into what I do first, it's always eyebrows. I can't do my makeup unless my eyebrows are done. Your eyebrows kind of frame your face, so I feel like when your eyebrows are done, then you can complete the rest of your makeup look. For me to have everything set up, I never have like my makeup ready. I just kind of like wing it. I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow and this dual-sided Morphe brush. It has a spoolie on one side and angled brush on the other side. Is a little bit too thick for me. I need one that's just a little bit more thin. Maybe half the size of this one. I'm just gonna wipe the sides of the brush into the product and just coat that. And then I take the lid and I just smooth it out. So what I'm gonna do first is underline my brow. Underline first, and then with the rest of the product that's on that brush, I kind of blend it up. Then I'm just brushing that product through. So I'm going to take this concealer by LA Girl. It's in the shade Fawn, and this flat brush, and just carve out, focus. And then I'm just going to carve out the bottom of my eyebrows. Kind of nervous to talk here, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Just putting concealer right underneath. It's like drawing a line. And once I draw that line, I take the rest of it, and that concealer has now become my eyeshadow base, and just blending that out with a brush. I would use my finger, but I'm really not in the mood for getting my fingers dirty. I literally just got out of the shower. This is my struggle brow, if you guys didn't know. Still that dip brow. I haven't even switched products yet. Usually I'll go in with a powder, but so far I'm not needing that, and you know what, I'm not complaining. And I'm just trying to perfect my brow. I like for my brows to be full and dark. I love this dip brow. Saw that? See, you can pat it away when it's wet, but when this stuff dries, don't even think about it. I'm gonna use my Laura Mercier setting powder to set my eyelids. Setting the creams on your lid ensures that the creams don't settle into the lines on your lid. That is called creasing. Spent 23 minutes and 43 seconds doing my eyebrows. I did this for you. Does anyone else have that problem? If you have your septum pierced, if your septum is like up in your nose, it makes you kind of like your nose itch. Every time my septum piercing is in my nose, it makes my nose itch. I can't be the only one. Like, it drives me nuts. I'm literally walking around like this all day. Acrylic adhesive, silicone coated paper, polyester non-woven. They put the ingredients on here. I didn't even know. I'm just gonna cut this as sharp as I possibly can. And just placing that right there. This is it. You guys know how excited I was to buy this? And it has JACLYN's face on the back. You go, ma. You go, ma. JACLYN is gold. She's like proof that you can be weird and awkward, but so talented that you can just be successful at being yourself. This is what she looks like. You know I gotta, the angles, boo. I can angle a palette, but I can't model myself for shit. Alright, taking this Bocacci smudge brush and this warm orange tone shade and popping that right in the crease. Whoosh. Since I got that fabric, I might as well get the excess off and then go in with that slightly more clean brush and buff away those harsh edges. I know that JACLYN said that she has literally created every single shade, and I can attest to the fact that these eyeshadows feel slightly more smooth than your traditional Morphe eyeshadows. This is the smokiest smoky eye in all of the land. So I'm going to take this puke colored shadow and this, I guess I would say like a muted yellow. I'm just using a pointed crease brush by Morphe. It came in a set of 12 and they did not have names on them, sorry. In this rare account. Oh, I love how that's blending out. It's so perfect. I always bring my colors in because I feel like it slims my nose down once I do like my foundation and stuff. The shade I'm going to use next is this maroon color with this fluffy brush right in the crease. Whoa. One thing I like is a really defined crease. Now I'm going back in with the first brush I used with a little bit of that leftover orange shade and just blending out the edges the best that I can. This brush has no additional product. I'm just blending out and moving the eyeshadow that I already have around on my lid. Now I'm going to go in with this gold shade and put that on the inner third of my eyelid. Just using some NYX setting spray. Y'all know this is my jam. This is basically like a cut crease, but not as defined. And next I'm going to go in with this coppery shade. I'm going to put this eyeshadow more towards the center. And then I'm just going to blend it in with that gold. So I'm going to go in with black. I'll impact that right on the outer. Only a little bit. Kind of making like a wing. And now I'm going back in the crease to intensify those colors. Putting more of that maroon color down because we lost it. We lost it with those lid shades. They were too popping. Now I'm going to take this warm shade in this flat brush, also by Morphe, and I'm just going to apply that right underneath my brow bone. Woo, that is popping. I literally only touched it in this palette. So far, so good. I'm really liking this palette. This is my second time using it. I'm just taking this and blending it down in with that whole transition situation. Now that the eyes are done, I'm kind of just gonna let them do what they do, and then I'm gonna go back when I'm done with my face just to zhuzh anything up. I'm not gonna go in with primer. Instead, I'm gonna go in with this spray by O. Henriksen. This is the Truth Facial Water with, I believe, vitamin C. It says, energize and hydrate with mandarin, white tea, and pomegranate. Since it is the summertime, I noticed that when I use primers, it does the reverse effect and it doesn't make the makeup last like I need it to last. So I've been using facial sprays, setting sprays, anything really other than like a solid primer. Now that my face is dry, I'm gonna go in with the Sephora Tint Foundation in the shade 45 and the NYX Liquid Illuminator in Sun Goddess. And I'm going to mix that together and just apply it all over my face. Now it is time for highlight. I am using the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Fawn, and that same brush I used to put on my foundation. This is my favorite brush for blending out concealer. This is the Real Technique contour brush, and I'm just gonna dab it, dab it, dab. Time for me to set my face with powder, so I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent to powder where I concealed, and then I'm going to use translucent in medium deep to powder the rest of my face. I am going to bake this right on my mustache, only because I tend to sweat more around there, and I notice that my foundation leaves my skin more around that area. So I'm running low on this translucent powder, y'all. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I run out. Buy more. That was the dumbest. I'm just saying, like, you know, sometimes you run out of makeup so fast that you have to stick with your backups just because your ass ran out and forgot you was running out. Now I'm gonna contour using my favorite contour powder. This is Black Radiance's pressed powder in Rich Mahogany. Add some structure back to your life. Flashback, because I just remembered the first time I ever tried powder foundation. I don't even want to name this lady. She had foundation in the bathroom, powder foundation, like it's like one of those compact powder foundations, and I put it all over my face. Swear I look just like Michael Jackson. All right, now I'm going to kind of light contour my nose. I'm just using that same Black Radiance powder. I drew a line here, and then I'm just blending it out on the sides. All right, y'all know I love my Nicole Glow. Ever since I bought it, I've been using the Nicole Glow kit. But this is actually my first ever, this was like my first ever highlighter, I want to say. It's the Color Stay Mineral Finishing Powder. I'm just gonna take that on this Morphe brush, don't know the name, and apply that on to my cheekbones. Yes, it's definitely a natural glow. All right, putting some of that on the bridge of my nose. Now I'm gonna go back in with the eyes. I don't think that I'm going to apply liner simply because it's already winged out. Like, fuck you mean. I'm gonna go in with the Real Lash Mascara from Benefit. The goal for this mascara is only to make my lashes black, because I'm about to go in with some falsies. For lashes, if you didn't guess, then where you Use this one by Wet n Wild. Alright, the eyes look a little bit more put together. I do need an inner corner highlight. Same color I used on my brow bone, I'm going to use on the inner corner. Now it's time for lipstick. Super basic. I use this all the time. Color Blur, Maybelline Color 35. It is Plum Please. And that is it.